It is a remarkable privilege for me to introduce our speaker this afternoon. Honorable William Gormley, former senator of the state of New Jersey. Senator Gormley served in public life for 32 years, working intensely to revitalize Atlantic City and our region. He has sponsored many bills, including the state's Educational Facilities School Construction Act, and written legislation that established the Casino Reinvestment Development Authority Urban Revitalization Incentive Program that generated hundreds of millions of dollars in urban construction. He has been a friend of this college, a friend of mine, and he's a friend of these wonderful graduates. It's my honor to welcome Senator Gormley.
Well, I want to be very honest with you today. I don't want to get up and try to play to the crowd. Boy, you're a good-looking class. You're handsome, I'll tell you. President Satkamp, distinguished faculty, alumni, honored guests, proud parents, relieved parents, and graduates. Sandy, I had a different experience, Sandy. When they said I was going to be the commencement speaker, they called President Satkamp and he cried. So it was a little bit inverted. By the way, young man, you really passed the IQ test. You know how to pick a bride. Congratulations. It is customary for those chosen to deliver commencement addresses to express their gratitude for such an honor. It is, after all, a validation of sorts, a recognition that being selected means having achieved some level of success, possibly public acclaim. It also means I'm taking this hat off because this is driving me crazy. It represents a belief that sharing whatever wisdom and insight I possess will be valuable to you, that the lessons you take from my words will remain with you and hopefully be a continuing source of inspiration as you move through your lives and careers. It is an honor, certainly, and one which I shall treasure the rest of my life. But the honor I feel so deeply today, while it is not a substitute for the pride in being your speaker, is somewhat different. I am honored simply to be in your presence. I'm honored to share the joy of this day with the 18 of you who are veterans and your proud spouses and children. I'm honored to recognize the many of you who worked jobs while maintaining your studies and grade point averages. Yes. You know, this isn't in the speech, but a lot of you guys didn't start with trust funds, but you've made it on your own, and I'm really proud of you. I'm honored to recognize the many of you who care for their dependents, parents, children, or spouses, while never conceding ground and chasing your dream of a higher education. There must have been moments of self-doubt, moments when you questioned whether you'd be able to see your way through, or when your weariness threatened your dedication. But you persevered. You reached down inside for that intangible quality that reinforces and re-energizes the human spirit and enables it to deal with difficult and trying times. It is you who honor me by allowing me to be in your presence. The strength of your character you exhibited in balancing work and family obligations while remaining steadfast in your desire to learn, to understand, to endure, to test your limits, to achieve, deserves the admiration of all of us. The qualities that have brought all of you here today are embodied in two of your classmates, Kurt Volucci and Johanna Joyner. Kurt is a quadriplegic, unable to walk, unable to talk. He communicates through a device connected to a laptop computer. Today, Kurt will receive his degree as a mathematics major. Johanna Joyner is a mother of 5 who left a full-time job, took part-time work, and returned to college to demonstrate to her children the importance of an education. Today, she will receive a degree in social sciences. I just mailed my credit card bills to my father when I was in college, so I have a lot of admiration for you. So in preparing for today's ceremony, I studied a variety of commencement speeches. The common thread seemed to be an exhortation to the graduates to go out and kick the world in the pants. Common sense advice, I suppose, but it should come with the following warning. Be neither surprised nor deterred when the world kicks back. And when the return kick comes, you will discover that more often than not, it has its origin in something called precedent. Clinging to established precedent is utilized as a rationale for preserving the status quo, for holding timidity and caution in higher regard than boldness and innovation. Precedent can be a heavy chain, which shackles you to the past when success is in the future. It is a refuge, comforting those for whom the expression, "we've always done it that way," is sufficient reason to remain immobilized out of a fear of the unknown or untested. As you pursue your careers, your task is to experiment, to reach beyond the visible horizon. Do not shrink from challenges, confront them. Do not flinch in the face of difficulties, overcome them. Precedent is a device to learn from, not something to hide behind. It is not sacred, it is not above questioning. If it was any of these things, many of you would not be here today. The veterans, their dependents, the working students, the caretakers, all of you broke one precedent or another in your quest for personal advancement and enrichment. With the help of your professors and instructors over the last 4 years, you have gained the understanding that it is not your responsibility to merely stir the ashes, but to fan the flames. I'm sure that many of you have read or are familiar with the comments of President Theodore Roosevelt, comments which have come to be known as the man in the arena speech. In it, Roosevelt pays tribute to what he describes as the doer of deeds, the individual who spends himself in a worthy cause even if he fails. His place, Roosevelt says, shall never be with the cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. I implore each of you to never become those cold and timid souls. Rather become someone who accepts victory with grace and defeat with renewed purpose. Whatever you strive for and seek to accomplish, it is essential that you do so with a deep sense of personal dignity and self-respect. You will face great and many temptations in the pursuit of achievement and the acclaim that accompanies it. Do not bargain away your integrity. Do not compromise your core values. Do not put aside even momentarily your principles. Your name, your honor, the deeply held beliefs that make you unique cannot be sacrificed in the name of expediency or short-lived gratification. When they are lost, a part of you is lost with them. Just as important as maintaining your values, you must not forget the importance of maintaining your friendships. The relationships you have established here at Stockton will stand the test of time, but only if you nurture and strengthen their bonds. Keep in mind, technology cannot replace friendship. Our lives have been invaded upon with all those devices that start with the lowercase I. We are summoned now by inanimate objects which ring, beep, chirp, and ping. Where once we enjoyed conversation, we now communicate. And we communicate by Facebook. We communicate by a distance. And that's where we lose that special value that we have. because what we've done is we now can communicate in 140 characters or less. And if you can't do it in 140 characters, you can't talk to one another. And what's also happened, isn't it amazing? We have to have an app for everything. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. It might show how old I am. So I have an iPad, and I'm pushing buttons and don't know what I'm doing. And I look down at it, and all of a sudden I see this old, strange guy staring back at me. I had inverted the camera button. I was looking at myself. But the message is this: don't become a stranger. Don't cut yourself off from human contact. Don't say technology takes the place of humanity, because technology requires your humanity. What's happened today is, like I said, we have an app for everything. But let me tell you what an app can't do. An app can't take the place of Kurt Felucci's heart or Johanna Joyner's spirit. And most of all, an app can't replace the potential of the class of 2012 of Richard Stockton College of New Jersey to change the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Senator. Mr. Ciccone, it's my distinct pleasure to grant the special acknowledgement to Senator William Gormley for his leadership and service. The award reads, the Board of Trustees and President Herman J. Stotkamp, Jr. present the Richard Stockton College of New Jersey Distinguished Service Award to Senator William L. Gormley, former state senator from the state of New Jersey and partner DLA Piper, in recognition of Mr. Gormley's philanthropic efforts, his instrumental role in the establishment of the William J. Hughes Center for Public Policy at the college, and his exemplary leadership and public service to Stockton College, the community, and the state of New Jersey.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Oh my God. Let me put it back on.